Thank you for tuning into our podcast. We are coming to you from Chicopee, Massachusetts. I'm your host, Carrie, and joining me is Holyoke's very own local historian and creator of the Historical Tours of Greater Holyoke, Robert Coleman. He offers both public and private tours, as well as presentations of the local canal systems, reservoirs, cemeteries, and churches, as well as various parks and streets in Holyoke, South Hadley, and Chicopee, Mass. Now, you actually lead these tours and give these presentations yourself, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, and I like this little place.
Okay, and so today he'll be educating us about the Hawkins Bird Sanctuary. So, what is the trail system like in the Hawkins Conservation?
It's a trapezoidal shape that is easier to navigate because it's along Silver Street. You can park right there at the edge of it, and the trail starts right at the edge of the park. And the park itself, of course, was made to honor a Mount Holyoke College professor, and he was very much into birds, and he loved it there. So if you go there, you're going to find out that, yes, there's loads of birds around, and it's easy to get in here. Now, most people, they go and they take their time. Of course, it's a bird sanctuary, not necessarily just to hike. But you have to be careful because the trails are sometimes very wet. So go during the season where it's not particularly been raining out for a long time. And also go with the idea that you should stay there and inspect. And too many people rush through this kind of thing. Again, it's accessible on Silver Street by a trail, but it's also accessible from Chapel Hill Drive, where there's a parking space right along the road. And the trail in the beginning is very narrow, and it stays narrow, and then it almost peters out. So, but it's not heavily wooded in most places, so you can go in there and bushwhack where you feel that you want to. This is a place that, again, is for birds, a place for them to have a place where they wouldn't be bothered very much. There is a brook passing through. I believe it's a stony brook, and for that reason, it's very quaint and nature-oriented park.
And what is the major reason this Hawkins Bird Sanctuary Conservation exists?
Okay, the major reason was they wanted to honor the Mount Holyoke professor, Everett Hawkins, and he when he died, family gave the property to South Hadley as a conservation area. This happened in the year 1977, and since then, it's been a beautiful bird sanctuary, and it's also a wetland because of the Stony Brook. And so it's not only the bird sanctuary, but also everything you want. You want brooks, you want wetlands, you want woods around. There's flowers in the upper part of it, and that's what you want. You want a peaceful place. It's only 3 acres, which is, of course, very tiny, but I've gone there a couple times, and it was worthwhile if you love birds.
So, quickly before we continue with the rest of the interview, just to fill our listeners in, if you want to find out more information or sign up for any of his various tours, you can check out his website at hoyokecanaltour.org. And there he has both videos of the various stops along each tour and also past and present photos of the historical sites throughout as well. And if you are interested in setting up a private tour, you can email him directly at bobcat4214, capital B, at yahoo.com. And they are perfect for fun and educational outdoor activities for the whole family or for your group parties, especially those special occasions and get-togethers. And they are also good just for getting outdoors for the day. So getting back to our interview, give us some of the formal details about the Hawkins Bird Sanctuary.
Okay, it's on Silver Street at the corner of Chapel Hill Road. And again, it's 3 acres. And if you go there, remember that not all the land that is wooded is part of the bird sanctuary. So when you go in there, you might be able to walk about 100 yards perpendicular to Silver Street before you reach the end of the property. And you might be able to walk about maybe 80 yards until you reach the other end. And so it's a small portion of this land, and so be careful you're not wandering onto private property. Now, as has another technical detail, the best place to park is on Chapel Drive because you're away from the cars that are going along Silver Street.
So what can be done to improve this conservation area?
Maybe interpretive signs telling people, oh, this kind of bird loves to be here in the spring. This type of bird loves to be in this area in the fall. Also, what kind of animals love to be here in the winter. It should be such that children could be brought here and they can listen to the birds and watch the birds' habits. Another improvement was to put a real trail system through, and if that were done, if you could see where you're walking along this dry most of the season, then you'll have more fun in this nature area. It hasn't been done yet, but just one trail would be spectacular. Thank you.
So thank you, Robert, for educating us on your tours, and we want to thank our listeners for tuning in. You can also tune into a large selection of our other podcasts and much more at his website. Again, that's hoyocanaltour.org. And again, you can email him for private tours or to inquire about anything else at bobcat4214, capital B, at yahoo.com. And be sure to keep an eye out for his upcoming 2024 season tours and more as they become available. Thank you for tuning in.